Hi, fifth grade. So we're going to go over lesson 83 of math. You need your math book, you need your lesson from Jupiter, and you need to be following along. We're on page 435. We're going to talk about properties of geometric solids today. So the geometric shapes that we have identified so far, rectangles, squares, circles, triangles, parallelograms, those are all plane figures. What that means is that they are two-dimensional, they're flat. They take up area, but they don't take up space. So what it means is we can draw it on a piece of paper as opposed to having to make it out of another material. Think of it as the difference between a painting and a sculpture. So today we're going to talk about geometric solids. Geometric solids have three dimensions. They take up space. So there are some basic geometric solids that sort of correspond to real world objects that you are familiar with. You need to look at the chart of geometric solids that's on page 435. If you look at it, we've got the cube. You can think of that as like dice. Okay, those are cubes. A rectangular solid. A rectangular solid is like a shoebox or a brick. A pyramid. Okay, we know what pyramids look like. We've studied the pyramids in Egypt. A cylinder. A cylinder is like a soup can or many other things that I can't think of right now. A sphere, a ball, and a cone. So you can think of an ice cream cone. So those are our basic geometric solids. As you see on your chart, geometric solids are difficult to draw because they are three-dimensional and paper is two-dimensional, it's flat. So in drawing geometric solids, the hidden lines, the parts of the geometric solid that would be behind, like at the back of it, those are drawn with those dashed lines. That's what that means. There are some properties of geometric solids that we need to learn. So the flat surfaces of solids are called faces. The example that they give you is on page 436 is a cube. A cube has 6 faces. There are 6 flat squares that you put together to make a cube. Where two faces meet is the edge. All right, you can think of in the drawings of your geometric solids, the edge is the lines. It's the lines of where the faces meet. Where 3 edges come together is called a vertex. The plural of vertex is vertices. You can think of the vertex as like the corners. So where it's, you will see on your drawing, it's where 3 edges meet and it makes a corner. So those are the properties of geometric solids. And we can look at our practice set. So I actually already used all the practice set examples as examples for our geometric solids. So it asks us to name the geometric shape of each of these real world objects. So a brick is a rectangular solid. A soup can is a cylinder. An ice cream cone is a cone. And a shoebox is also a rectangular solid. Great, let's look at the pyramid there on page 436. We're going to refer to the pyramid to answer problems E through H. So the pyramid has how many triangular faces? So it's asking how many flat triangles have been put together in order to make the pyramid. You can see pretty clearly the one on the front and then the one on the right. But you have to count the one that is on the back, on the left, and the back on the right. So there's actually 4 triangular faces on a pyramid. Now, the pyramid has how many rectangular faces? There's one rectangular face on the pyramid. It's the square or rectangle that's on the bottom that the 4 triangular faces are resting upon. Now, how many edges does the pyramid have? Right, so we can count the lines, and if we count all of the lines and all of the dotted lines, you should count 8 edges. There are 8 edges where 2 faces meet. And how many vertices does the pyramid have? So a vertex is where 3 edges come together. And so it's a little bit like a corner. If we count on our pyramid how many corners we have, you should be able to count 5 vertices. Okay, so those are the properties of rectangular solids. I hope this was helpful. Have a good time doing your lesson, everybody, and I will see you here later.